It's time to reconcile your QuickBooks. What is a reconciliation and why is it important? If you have all those questions, you are in the right place. If we've never met before, hello, I'm Candus Kampfer, and I love to help business owners and bookkeepers create confidence and simplicity with QuickBooks, and that's exactly what I do on these tips and tricks every single week. So let's jump into what is a reconciliation and why does it matter? So reconciling is comparing what happened in your bank to your QuickBooks. Why is this so important? Because if you're not reconciling, even if you're using bank feeds or you're manually reconciling outside of QuickBooks, you're not guaranteed that you're doing it correctly in QuickBooks. So this is what I call and what I teach as a check and balance system within QuickBooks to make sure you're not missing any transactions. If you are looking for the online version, go up above. I have a totally different video for you. What you're going to need to get together to be able to do reconciliation is your statement. I'm going to teach you how to pick which time frame you need while we're in there and a lot of other questions that will come up. So come look over my shoulder and I will show you how to reconcile. It's actually probably easier than you realize and super important. All right, so first things first, this is the home screen within QuickBooks. You're going to want to go, there's different ways to get to your reconciliation. You can come up here and go under Reconcile, or you can come over here and click Reconcile. It doesn't matter which way you get there. They all do the same thing in the end. Then you can't really make wise decisions, right? Because you don't have the right information in there. So first you're going to choose which account. So the first thing to know is you're going to choose your bank account. You want all of your bank accounts and your credit cards every single month. As I said, this is a check and balance to make sure when you're looking at your profit and loss or you're looking at reports that you have the right data. Because if you don't, and it's June and you say, I actually want my entire year of QuickBooks accurate and ready for my taxes, then you're going to need to go back to your January statement and start from there moving forward. If you've never reconciled for years, there's a couple variables that you'll need to know. You either have to decide on a date range to do it or set up a new bank account. If you need more training on that, you might want to check out Confidence with QuickBooks. That's my how-to program that teaches you how to set up QuickBooks from the beginning. So if you've been needing help with how to enter in every transaction, that's where you're going to want to go. But for this video, what we're discussing is reconciling. So the assumption is that you have a specific date of statement. It was reconciled before, but got behind, or you're wanting to start reconciling now, okay? It's best if you start with a fresh bank account on a specific date instead of 5 years ago, but you can do it either way, okay? So first, do you want your checking account, your savings? Which one are you doing? So you're going to choose your account. Then it's going to tell you here to the right if it's ever been reconciled before. Has this account ever been reconciled? That's the last date that it was reconciled on, okay? The QuickBooks is asking you, what account do you want to reconcile? And you get to choose. You're gonna either want to print it out as my recommendation. So whether the bank mails it to you, you have to go online and print out. You're gonna want to do that. And then you're going to put the date in. So if you're mid-statement, you would choose, say the 15th is the last day of the month. You put that in there. If it's the last day of the month, whatever it says on your statement, that's what you're going to put in here on the calendar. You can either type it in or you can actually click on the calendar, whatever you need. Now, beginning balance, you'll see that right now on this QuickBooks file, there's already a beginning balance there. What is that? That's when you're looking at your statement, the top number, I don't know if you can see me here, let me go bigger. The top number on your statement up here, the beginning balance, that should match, especially if it's been reconciled before. If it doesn't, that means something has happened. There's a discrepancy. If you need a training on the discrepancy, how to fix it, check out my video. I will list it up above and you can watch that, how to fix it, okay? So you're gonna wanna enter in your beginning balance. Now, you might be thinking, what if my beginning balance is zero, which it can be? Let me give you an example. I'm just gonna choose this credit card as an example. If you see zero like this and no date here, what does that mean? It means it's never been reconciled. No big deal. That's perfect. Just put in your ending balance, which I'm going to teach you now. So if you have an ending balance, you are going to enter it in whatever is the ending balance that says on your statement. Now, if you find that your beginning balance does not match, which means you have a discrepancy and you're missing that, click up above in the video. We'll link it here. You're going to need to go in and figure out what transactions are missing, and there's a process to doing that. Let's assume, though, that it's correct. If it is, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to move on to the ending balance. Okay, so I went ahead and entered that in. If you have a service fee, you can enter your service fee if you didn't already enter it. I actually prefer not to enter the service fee on the reconciliation screen because you can't really enter the vendor. I prefer to enter that in my regular transactions the way you typically do. If you don't know how to enter in your transactions correctly, I would recommend going through Comps QuickBooks because you'll learn the how-tos with that. Then your interest, how much interest did you earn? So this is fees, this is interest. If you do want to enter it here, you're going to pick the date with which that fee. So for example, let's enter in the 30th was the fee. Let's say it was a $10 bank service charge. This account is going to be where do you want to see it on your profit and loss. And if you're using classes, then you'll use that. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it for now. If you earned interest, let's say you earned $1 of interest, you're going to want to make sure that the dates are for the correct statement so that the balance moves forward. Then you can earn interest income here. But see, there's no place to put a vendor. That's why I don't like it. So I'm actually going to put zeros, but I wanted to show you how you could do it if you wanted to. All right. Once you've entered in, you've picked the bank, the date of the ending of the statement, your beginning balance is correct, and your ending. You've taken care of any of this. If you have it, click continue. Now, because I'm teaching this and it's in a past dated time frame, per this is a sample file in QuickBooks, I'm just going to click yes. If you're trying to go back and reconcile old transactions, you're going to find this is happening. If it says it's a future dated, which it typically doesn't, just be aware of what the note is telling you. Make sure that it's accurate and then click yes. Okay. Now we're in the reconciliation screen. So let's look at this. One of the things you can do, it's a little tip right here. This little arrow is what's called the collapse. Collapse is this panel to the left. If you click on that little arrow, it'll actually make it much easier, less distraction. If you ever need it, you just click the arrow and it comes back. Just a quick little tip. I love to give those to you as we go. So you're going to come in here. You're going to see up on the top left, it's going to say for the period ending June 30th, 2023, because that was our ending of our statement date. Whatever you picked as your statement ending date will be there. Now, the benefit of using this is if you come over here, it's a little trick that most people don't even know exists, and you click it, you'll notice that any transactions beyond the period of time you're using will disappear, making it where future data transactions, you don't have to look at them anymore. So you can go and click that, and it will clean it up and only give you anything that should be on this current statement, okay? So you can always unmark it if you don't find something you need, but you know you've already entered it. What that means is you've entered in a wrong date. You actually need to go in and fix it, okay? That's another little tip for you as well. So if you don't want to see all the extra transactions, check mark that. Let me know below. Is this like a aha, like, ooh, I'm going to write that down. Don't forget to add it to your notes as well. You always want to take notes and come back and watch these videos as you need them. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to find the exact transactions that you'll also see on the statement. I put the statement up here on the right just so that you can see it. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to go in, you're going to go, oh, yep, that May transaction for Shane did clear. This one cleared, this one cleared. And as you do it, you want to check mark it off on your bank statement. Make a little check mark, just like this on your bank statement. And so you're going to go through, you're going to enter every transaction that is cleared on your statement. Anything that hasn't cleared, even if it's dated for your statement, but has not cleared the bank, you will not check mark those, okay? So to the left, you'll always see these are checks and payments. To the right, they're going to be deposits. If you have any that you had on this example, we don't. But if we did, we would find them over here and we just check them off like this. Now, you'll notice that there are some old transactions sitting in here. There's a deposit or a credit from December of 2019. And there's some transactions from late 2022 in this example and 2023. What does that mean? It means there's errors. So when you're in here and you are reconciling, you're comparing QuickBooks to your bank statement, you're looking for these. You're looking to say, is the dollar amount here the correct dollar amount? Is it going to the right place that the bank statement says it was paid? Is it the correct dollar amount? If it's not, this is your opportunity to go back and change it, to fix those little errors that can happen. And that is why I call it the check and balance system, okay? So go in here and look for those. If you happen to find you have really old transactions that you actually need help cleaning up, I do have a Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop that you can attend. I'll put the information up above and down below. So if you're familiar with how to enter your transactions, but you just have mistakes, and you don't know those advanced strategies on cleaning up, then definitely you're going to want to check out my Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop. All right. So once you've entered this in, you can come down here. Let's talk about some of these little things that you see at the bottom. You will see the highlighted section here. When you check that off, it will choose if you want these highlighted. See, it takes it from, it gives a background as white instead of the line. So you can choose whichever one you want. You can click mark all, unmark all. Mark all just marks everything in the list. Not recommended because you actually want to check it off. Unmark will just remove them all, and then you'll have to go back in and check mark them, which you only want to do that if you had to. Go to will actually, whatever transaction you're on, it'll go to that transaction for you to look at. So if you find that has a mistake, and then you can also do the match if needed. You can click here on the columns to display, and you can choose what is going to show or not. So let's say that you said, I don't want to see the check number. I just want the date and the payee and the amount. You can choose to see that. Okay. If you say, oh, my check is missing, but I really would like to see that, or I'd like to see the memo, you can click OK, and then those extra screens will populate. So that's totally up to you. At any time, you can customize these. These are just extra little things that you might want to be able to do, and you're wondering what they are. Here to the left, so it'll be common. People come to me and they'll say, I have checked my reconciliation so many times, I can't find why it doesn't balance out to 0. So over here on the far right, super important, we always want our difference to be 0. So ending balance is what you said was your ending balance. The cleared balance is how much you cleared as you were checking these off. So let's say that your cleared balance is what you've checked off. This is what we want it to be, the 172, and we notice that we're $1,600 off. You don't want to just click reconcile. You want to go back and figure out why is it off. So what you can do is look over here to the left, and you can say, okay, the beginning balance, okay, that matches my statement. Okay, here's my ending, that matches my statement. Then you go and you look at total deposits, if you have any, and total checks, and you want to make sure those match. And then you're going to go, oh, that $1,600 comes from the check side. Let me go back and look for it. And sometimes it can be a combination. It can be a transposition, all different things. So you want to check mark it. When everything here matches, everything over here matches, and it says 0, you can click reconcile. Now, if for some reason you find your ending balance was entered in, you had a slight typo, you can actually click modify, or if you find that your period of time date was off. So you click modify, and you can go back and you can change your date, and you can change this, or maybe you forgot to add service charge, or it was already added. You need to make some change in that first screen. You just click modify instead of leaving and coming back, okay? Now, what does the leave button do? If you're in the middle of reconciling and something happens and you need to leave, but you need to go to another window in your screen, you can actually just click leave. It takes you out. When you come back, you click reconcile, just like where you originally started. We'll move it over here to the center so it's easy to see. We have our bank account. You can kind of confirm everything is correct. Click continue. You're going to have to hit yes there again, but it will bring it up. If once you've check marked everything, it looks good, you can hit that little hide button there again if you want to keep it simple, and then you'll click reconcile. Do you like that hide button? It's one of my favorite things, especially if you're behind on reconciling, so you have a lot of transactions that are moving forward, but you're not there yet. By clicking that, it will just make it so much easier for you to see, and it will also make it very easy to know if you have transactions that are old. You never want these in here because it means your profit and loss is off balance if you're truly not waiting. So up here at the top, these should only be here if you actually have not cleared and you're waiting for them. That's what that means. And if they're many years old or you know they're not really there, this is your opportunity to get them cleaned up, especially before you file your taxes, because these transactions will impact your profit and loss. Once you're completely done, everything looks good, you click reconcile. This little screen will pop up, and you can choose to either print the summary, the detail. You can choose to actually display them or print them. So we'll click display, but you can click print there, or you can come in here once it's done and click print. If you print the detail, it's going to give you everything that you cleared, but also everything that's open if you have future, dated stuff that you've already entered, but you're behind on your reconciliations. So I'm going to go ahead and click X. You can print that if you want. If you ever want to go back and print a reconciliation that you've missed, you can go under Reports Banking, and you'll find your previous reconciliations here. You can choose to do your summary, your detail, or both, and then you have options to do PDFs here as well. So you're displaying them, and you can choose what it looks like from there. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this tip. Did it give you any ahas, things you need to know? Are you feeling more confident on reconciling? Let me know below. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so we can reach more people. If you know someone else who needs this tip, feel free to share it with them as well. And if you'd like to get these tips and tricks in your inbox every single week, because we send them out to you through email, you can go up above or down below and we'll send them directly to you. And if you heard me talking about some of my other ways I can support you, whether you need the how-tos from A to Z, setting up and entering all your transactions through reconciling and actually reading your reports, check out Confidence QuickBooks. You can go to confidencequickbooks.com. And if you found that while you're reconciling, or you already knew that you have really old transactions and you just don't know how to clean them up, check out my Cleaning Up QuickBooks workshop. I look forward to seeing you inside of my next tip and trick. Have an amazing day, and thank you for being part of my community. Let me know your big ahas down below. All right, I'll talk to you soon. See you next time.